Good morning, everyone. This is Boiler Training Camp here, or high pressure boilers. We're going to be talking about. We're going to talk about water treatment today, boiler water conditions and analysis. A lot of this information comes based from notes out of high pressure boilers, Steingress, Frost, and Walker, American Technical Publishers. However, these are my personal notes, and this is to be used for educational and entertainment purposes. It personally helps me retain the information for my licensing exams. I apologize. I was hung up on some of my daughter's scissors. At higher boiler operating temperatures and pressures, boiler water chemistry has a more significant impact on boiler pressure vessel components. Therefore, tighter control of boiler water chemistry is needed. It's pretty self-explanatory. At higher boiler operating temperatures and pressures, boiler water chemistry has a more significant impact on boiler pressure vessel components. Therefore, tighter control of boiler water chemistry is needed. Then, next, we'll talk about scales and accumulation of compounds such as calcium carbonate and magnesium carbonate on the water side or the heating side of a boiler. Corrosion is the deterioration of the boiler metal caused by a chemical reaction with the oxygen and the carbon dioxide in the water. Caustic embrittlement is a type of corrosion in which boiler materials become brittle because alkaline materials accumulate in cracks and crevices. Let me see if I can change this angle a little bit better. So let's walk through scale again, and what would be the word I'm looking for here? Accumulates. Scale is an accumulation of compounds such as calcium carbonate and magnesium carbonate on the water side of the heating surface of a boiler. Corrosion is the deterioration of the boiler metal caused by a chemical reaction with oxygen and carbon dioxide in the water. Caustic embrittlement is a type of corrosion in which boiler metal becomes brittle because alkaline materials accumulate in cracks and crevices. So all that makes sense and I agree with. Definitely test-worthy material there. Let's see if I can fix my hair. My daughter says the most important aspect of having a YouTube channel is looking cute. Priming is the act. Next, we're going to talk about priming. Priming is the act of large slugs of water and impurities being carried out of the boiler into the steam lines. Carryover is the act of small water particles and impurities being carried out of the boiler into the steam lines. Foaming is the rapid fluctuation of the water level that occurs when steam bubbles are trapped below a film of impurities on the surface of the boiler water. This is really important information and definitely going to be on the test. I'm going to go through this again and discuss priming one more time. Priming is the act of large slugs of water and impurities being carried out of the boiler into the steam lines. Carryover is the act of small water particles and impurities being carried out of the boiler into the steam lines. Foaming is the rapid fluctuation of the water level that occurs when steam bubbles are trapped below a film of impurities near or on the surface of the boiler water. So next are common measurements. The common measurements taken while testing boiler water are alkalinity, phosphates, sulfites, and TDS, total dissolved solids. Other measurements are taken as needed. So we all, I shouldn't say we all know for the sake of understanding, because if you're a beginner, then you're not going to know this information. But most treated water in a boiler is going to want to be in a range of close to 7.0 as possible, and that's testing the pH or the alkalinity of the water. Phosphates, sulfites, and other total dissolved solids do make up small parts of that treatment in that water, or have a chemical reaction that converts them into during the process. So carryover is the act of a small water particle and impurities being carried out of the boiler and into the steam line. So we don't want impurities getting into our steam lines. Foaming is the rapid fluctuation of the water level that occurs when steam bubbles are trapped below a film of impurities on the surface of the water. So we don't want impurities in the water. You don't want a film on the surface of your boiler water. All these are bad, and if not incrementally measures are taken to reduce this, then eventually you'll have to take serious action, which will cost far more to make the repair. So common measurements taken while testing boiler water are alkalinity, phosphate, sulfate, and TDS. TDS is total dissolved solids. Other measurements are taken as needed. And the last part of is the water treatment company should manage the entire water treatment program. And as we do at my 28,000 square foot facility, we have Frank, the water guy, and his family. That is their business, water treatment, and they do maintain our boiler water and chill water for us. So that's basically boiler water conditions and analysis for water treatment. We can move on to the external boiler water treatment. But I'm reaching 9 minutes, so let's do that as another video altogether. So thanks for joining me. Please like, share, and subscribe. I know that I don't do any post-production work or editing, and it's probably boring as hell looking at my face, but I thank you for your time. There are ways to support the creation of this content if you feel that you are benefiting from it. It's just a way that I learn, and I hope that maybe others will benefit from it as well. So I'm out.